Ever wonder what the real difference is between billionaires and pretty much everyone else? Well, it's not just the bank account. It's a few powerful ideas they live by. Ideas you definitely didn't learn in school. So let's get into it and unpack 5 of these game-changing mindset shifts.
Okay, so first things first, we've got to bust a huge myth that holds so many people back. And it's the story we tend to tell ourselves about how people get wealthy in the first place.
You hear it all the time, right? We see some massive success story and we just chalk it up to pure luck. Like they won the lottery or we're just in the right place at the right time. But that kind of implies it's all random and totally out of our hands. But let's really pause and think about that. If it was all just luck, then wealth would be completely unpredictable. But it's not. We see patterns, we see strategies, so what's really going on here?
And this is the heart of what we're talking about today. It's not about luck, it's about knowledge. It's about a different way of looking at the world, almost like they're running on a different operating system.
So let's break it down. We are going to dive into the 5 crucial ideas that make up this unique billionaire mindset. And get ready, because some of these might just flip your whole perspective upside down.
First one up, and this is the most fundamental shift of all. It completely redefines what the target even is. What are we actually aiming for?
Okay, check this out. It's a total reversal of priorities. Most people are out there chasing money. They want the outcome. But billionaires? They know wealth isn't the goal, it's the result. They get obsessed with solving a huge problem for a huge number of people. Think about Amazon. It didn't start with the goal of being a trillion-dollar company. It started to solve the problem of selling books online more efficiently. The bigger the problem you solve, the more value you create, and the money just follows.
So the big takeaway here is this: stop chasing money. Start hunting for problems you can solve. If you can help enough people, the rewards will come. Wealth is just a byproduct of delivering massive value.
Let's jump to our second idea, and this one's a big one. It's all about how we think about risk.
For most people, risk is this scary monster under the bed, right? Something to avoid at all costs because it could lead to failure. But billionaires see it totally differently. They don't run from risk. They study it, they calculate it, they manage it. For them, risk isn't a gamble. It's just another variable in the equation.
And this really gets to the core of it. For them, the biggest risk, the ultimate failure, isn't trying something and having it not work out. No, the real failure is being so scared to fail that you do nothing at all. Inaction, that's the real enemy.
All right, number 3. Now this might be the most powerful financial secret on the whole list, and it's all about time.
Think about how a typical job works. You're selling a piece of your life, an hour, for a certain amount of money. And there's a hard limit on how much you can earn because there are only 24 hours in a day, right? Well, billionaires do the exact opposite. They use their money to buy other people's time and skills.
And what do they do with all that time they buy? They use it to build assets and systems, things like businesses, software, investments that make money for them even when they're sleeping. They're literally using money to buy their own freedom.
Which leads us perfectly into our 4th mindset shift. If you're building all these systems and managing all this risk, what's the one tool you have to keep razor sharp?
Exactly. It's your own brain. Every single billionaire gets this. The stock market can crash, a business can go under, but the knowledge and skills you have in your head, they're yours forever. Nobody can ever take that away from you.
And this is how it's done. It's not a one-time thing, it's a relentless, lifelong commitment to getting smarter. They read constantly, they're always picking up new skills, they invest in courses and coaches. They know that their ability to learn is directly linked to their ability to earn.
And that brings us to our 5th and final idea. This is the one that really ties everything else together. It's all about patience and perspective. Our culture is obsessed with get rich quick, right? We want instant results, minimum effort. But billionaires know that anything truly worthwhile, anything that lasts, takes time to build right. They aren't looking for shortcuts. They're focused on building a rock-solid foundation first.
And that idea of building, that's really the heart of it all. It's about creating success that actually lasts.
This is the trade-off they're willing to make. They embrace the grind, the struggle, the hard work up front. Why? Because they know it's about putting in the effort now for a lifetime of freedom later, instead of a lifetime of easy choices that lead to long-term struggle.
Just let that sink in for a second. This isn't about a quick win. It's about building an empire that can weather any storm, something that will keep generating value for years and years. That is the real endgame.
So we've just walked through these 5 massive mindset shifts.
from solving problems instead of chasing money, to buying time, to building a solid foundation. The real question isn't just knowing this stuff, it's what you do with it. So, which one of these ideas are you going to start putting into practice today?